I'm on a bit of a road trip today. Had a couple of days off work and decided I wanted to get away for a couple of days. So just me and the dog. I've got the Caravan hooked up on the back, and I'm heading towards the seaside resort of Minehead. No particular reason, just never been there before. Fancy having a look around the place, and there's a couple of soda summits around there as well. I quite fancy taking the dog up and having a bit of a wander around. So that's where we're going. I don't know if I'll actually activate the soda summits, but like I said, I wouldn't mind having a bit of a walk up them. We've got some radio equipment with me as well, so we'll set up at the campsite and run a bit of portable HF as well. I've got a, you might just be able to see it over my shoulder in the back. I've got a MFJ 1788 loop, mag loop, which I want to try out. So I'm told the campsite's a little bit muddy and soft underfoot, so hopefully we won't get stuck. I've got the 4x4 with me, so fingers crossed we should be okay. It's probably about a 2 hours drive from where I live, so not far at all. So I'm roughly halfway there then. I've just turned off the M4 onto the M5, and just my luck, it started raining. That's not what they said in the weather report. They lied to me. So I just got to the campsite, got the Caravan set up, and quite a nice little site. It's quite small, but it's peaceful. There were two motorhomes here when I got here, but they've both left, so I don't know if anyone else is going to show up this evening. Fingers crossed, I might actually have the place to myself, which would be nice. I think what I'm going to do, just getting a plan of action together, I'm going to leave the portable operations with the radio till this evening, so we'll do perhaps a bit of 20 metres later on, maybe 40 metres into the evening. So we'll do that a little bit later, but I've got Asia down here who's not had her morning walk yet, the poor thing. She's of course, we've been in the car, so she's absolutely itching to get out and have a run around. So I'm thinking I'd quite like to take her to the beach, which is about 20 minutes down the road. So we've got Minehead Beach, and then there's a couple of soda summits I wanted to have a look at as well. The nearest three are Selworthy Beacon, which is literally about 5 minutes down the road from the beach. So I'm thinking if we make the beach this morning's or this afternoon's activity, because we're now midday, and then straight on to Selworthy Beacon. So we'll do that this morning, come back here, play with some radios in the evening. Dunkerry Beacon I want to do, but I'll probably do that tomorrow. And Perroton Hill is nice to do if we get time, but if I'm honest, I'm not that bothered. So I think that's our plan of action. Just quickly having some very late breakfast / early lunch, something to drink quickly, and then we'll get back in the car 20 minutes down the road and down to the beach. Welcome to a really quite grim, wet, murky and, well, frankly, overcast Minehead Beach. It's not quite what they show in the postcards, is it? It's I think those photos on the postcards are taken on much nicer days than these. So there's a landmark you might recognise then, the famous Butlins holiday resort at Minehead. Not a lot going on there at the moment, but we are out of season. Dogs are banned from this beach during the summer season. It's 3rd of February, it's spitting with rain, it's blowing a gale, and it's freezing cold. I think we're out of season. I think you're safe to come with me, Asia. Well, Asia's having the time of her life. We live quite a long way inland from the sea, so Asia doesn't very often get to play on the sand. Good girl, go for a run, go on, go on, good girl, good girl. So I don't know if you can hear me over the wind noise then, but this is Silworthy Beacon. One I wanted to climb, but I didn't bother bringing any radio equipment with me because it's a bit wet and windy, and I needed to be quick. The dog doesn't like cold and wet, windy summits, so I needed to make this brief. And if I look round over there, somewhere is the sea. I think you can just about make out the land at the other side of the bay, but yeah, it's a bit wet and windy up here, so I'm not going to be hanging about. See, now this is the problem with driving a 4-litre gas guzzler in the UK. Every time you go near a petrol station, it kicks you in the teeth and runs away with your wallet. One of the things I like about doing trips like this is you find yourself driving through pretty little towns and villages like this, which I think have a certain amount of charm to them, and they're places you wouldn't normally see. See, driving 4x4 down here may have cost me 60 quid in fuel, but I wouldn't have got the Caravan up here with my other car, I'll tell you that much. Both the motorhomes that were here earlier when I arrived got stuck earlier. I had to drag one of them out with 4x4, so yeah, it has its advantages. Okay, so enough prattling around sightseeing then. This is supposed to be an amateur radio channel, so I think the real reason you tuned in is to watch me play with some radios. So what we're going to play with today, I've got 2 antennas today. In here is a telescopic whip for it's a quarter wave on 20 meters, so we might get that out and have a bit of a play with that later. The main antenna I want to play with is this one down here. This is a MFJ 1788 magnetic loop. It covers from 15 meters all the way down to 40 meters, so we're going to get that up in the air. I've got a mast roughly about 20 foot here, so we'll get it up as high as we can, and we'll see how it performs. All the reports I've seen online and all the reviews I've watched on YouTube seem to suggest it's pretty good, so let's get it up, give it a go, and see what happens. In case you're wondering why I use 2-inch mast, it's because I discovered that 2-inch mast fits quite nicely on the jockey wheel mount on my Caravan once I get it set up, so that's how I hold my mast up. So as you can see in this clip, I'm putting the mast together and lifting the antenna up in the air. Now the MFJ isn't the lightest of all antennas. It's not horrendous, but it's not the lightest, and what I'm about to discover in this clip is that it makes the mast more top heavy than I gave it credit for. So I thought you might like to watch me doing the fool's dance trying to get this antenna up in the air. Okay, so what we have now then is a mast guide in 3 places with a MFJ mag loop mounted roughly about 20 foot in the air, give or take a foot or so in either direction. So let's go and hook it up to a radio and we'll see what happens.
Okay, we got that. Mike 0, Germany, Quebec, Charlie / portable. Okay, 25 watts. Sounding good. You were up to an S7 on that last one, so we'll give you a 5 and 7, 5 and 6, 5 and 7. Over.
Roger, Roger. Thank you for the 5-7. You're 5 and 8 with me, 58, and good signal. Just running portable. I have a MFJ mag loop, approximately 20 foot in the air. Over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and doing good for that, and especially with the time of the day. I'm quite surprised I'm hearing you guys. Over.
So we got the antenna up, all set up, and spent a bit of time messing about on 20 meters. Had a SSB contact into Canada. Now it's it's dark and it's not really the right time of day for that, so I'm quite happy with that. The band is starting to tail off very quickly, so like I say, it's not really the right time of day for 20 metres, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, so it's definitely dinner time. I need to get myself some food, have some dinner. Asia's just had hers, haven't you? Hey, you probably can't see Asia, she's just off the side of the camera there. There you go. That's why I seem a little bit distracted, because whilst I'm talking to you, I'm stroking the dog at the same time. So yeah, I'm going to have some dinner, and then we'll probably drop down, have a couple of hours on 40 metres, see if I can make any contacts down there, and then we'll call it quits for the night, and maybe lay down to a film for the evening. We'll see. So one of my trips away wouldn't be complete without some kind of a blunder, would it? It turns out I've set the fridge too high, so my dinner, which was supposed to be spaghetti bolognese, has got lumps of ice on it. So absolutely rock solid. I can't eat that. Sausages, that was meant to be my breakfast for tomorrow. They're frozen, so I'll need to defrost them before tomorrow. So bit of a rethink. I had to stop off at Tesco's on the way, and pizza it is. Never cooked one of these in a Caravan oven before. This should be interesting. You know, hindsight is a brilliant thing, because it would have actually been nice if I'd brought some oven gloves with me so I can get it out the oven without burning myself. Let's try a towel. What's the best way to do this? As you can tell, culinary isn't my strong point, it has to be said. Oh no, it's stuck to the frame. Oh, here we go. Left half of it behind, but never mind. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie Portable. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie Portable, calling CQ on 40, CQ on 40, CQ 40 metres, CQ 40, CQ 40. This is Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie Portable. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie Portable, calling CQ. We've got to get at least one contact on 40, come on. You're a bit of a whistle there, is someone tuning up? CQ, 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 CQ. This is Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie Portable. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie Portable, calling CQ. Well, I mean, I'm not ready to call this a failure yet. I've used this loop with some success in the past. I think it's luck of the draw on this. You get good days, you get bad days. So what I want to do to get some proper signal reports is hook up the laptop and try some FT8 on here. That's usually a good good guide as to how well the antenna's performing. Maybe not tonight, because I'm starting to drain my batteries, but come tomorrow, if the site's quiet, I'll pull the generator out, run the generator for a bit, charge the batteries up, and then we'll have plenty of battery power to play with. So that's maybe one for tomorrow. I'll put out a few more calls on 40 and see what we get. Okay, so I've had my dinner, I've watched a film, been back on the radio, spent about a half hour or so on 40 metres without much success, if I'm brutally honest with you. But for tonight, I think I'm going to call it a day. We're about 10 o'clock now, so going to start winding down for the night. We'll have an early start tomorrow. Go up Dunkerry Beacon first thing tomorrow morning. That'll be Asia's morning walk. She's quite nicely settled down here at the moment, having a nice snooze, aren't you, Asia? Eh? So come tomorrow morning we'll go for a wander up Dunkerry Beacon, and then we'll come here and we'll do a bit more radio during the day. So we'll try and do some 20 metres, maybe pull out the quarter wave vertical, and perhaps try some other bands as well, 15 metres, 30 metres. I'll get the laptop out, probably do a bit of FT8 as well. So that's the plan for tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning. So it's the following morning, and I've just woken up, and to be honest with you, I didn't get the best night's sleep. It's been absolutely chucking it down with rain the whole night, and been blowing a gale. Literally the caravan's been rocking, so and in fact it still is rocking slightly, so it's still really blowing out there. So with that in mind, I'm kind of umming and ahhing about the wisdom behind trying to go up a SOTA summit like Dunkerry Beacon. Even if I could get up there safely, it probably wouldn't be that enjoyable. So I'm thinking I might actually can that idea. And to top things off, I woke up to a freezing cold Caravan as well. It turns out I didn't have as much gas in the bottle as I thought I had, so I've just had to go outside and change the gas bottle over. So what I'm thinking is a slight change of plan for today. I'm going to cook myself some breakfast, and then probably just take Asia here for a local walk, and then we'll probably play some more radios instead, which actually is probably what you guys would rather see. So had a morning at the campsite then. The weather's starting to pick up a bit, so I might actually get out this afternoon onto Dunkerry Beacon. But I've been playing about with FT8 this morning, made a few contacts, and the mag loop's doing okay. It's definitely a compromise antenna, but you can probably hear the FT8 going in the background there. I've tried, I did try 21 megahertz, but I think the band was closed. There was absolutely nobody on that band at all. I wasn't even hearing anyone. So I've got my log here. I went on to 18 megahertz and made a couple of contacts on there, and then went 14, and currently on just got another Poland SP station popped up, currently on 10 megahertz. And the thing I'm noticing is, like I say, it's definitely a compromise antenna. The reports I'm receiving back from the other station are about 10 dB difference from the reports as I'm receiving them, so I'm weaker with them than they are with me. That said, I'm only running 5 watts and they're probably running nearer 20. Now I've got the generator running outside at the moment just to give the Caravan batteries a bit of a boost, so I've upped my power to 20 watts, and that does seem to have balanced things out. So I think this mag loop antenna, for a compromised situation, if you're in a small house or apartment where you can't have big antennas, then yeah, maybe. As a portable antenna where you're running low power, I don't think so. So there you go. So I'll carry on playing and making a few more FT8 contacts. I might try 40 metres in a minute, and then we'll go for a stroll up Dunkerry Beacon a bit later on, because Asia needs her afternoon walk. So this is the setup I use when I'm portable out in the Caravan then. So what I've got here is I've got my laptop. Currently it's plugged into, there's a main socket down here. Got the generator running at the moment, so I've got mains power, but I've got a couple of leisure batteries over there, which is what I'd normally power my laptop from via an inverter. I also run the radios off of there as well. So I've got my laptop here. I've just put it on top of a flight case to keep the fans clear and so it doesn't overheat. Got a FT857 here, running around about 20 watts, so we're not running mega power. And then I've got the controller here for the MFJ loop, which is outside on the mast up there. This on the top here is just a microphone, because the microphone on the camera is rubbish, frankly, so I use an external mic. So that's all we're running, and just got FT8 on the go at the moment. Just made a couple of contacts here and there. I don't do anything clever with logging when I'm out portable. I just use traditional paper log, so there's, you won't be able to see it from that far away, but there's all the contacts I've made whilst I've been here. So I decided to give Dunkerry Beacon a go after all. It's about 5 or 10 minutes down the road from the campsite where I'm parked up, and it's stopped raining. It's still quite windy, and there's going to be a bit of a wind chill, and if I'm honest, I'm not really dressed properly for it, but we'll take a quick stroll up there. I've not brought any radio equipment with me, so we're not going to activate it, but the station security manager is in the back, and she wants her walk, so I figured we'd come and have a quick look. It would be rude not to whilst we're in the area. Well, there it is, Dunkerry Beacon. You can just about see it on the top of the hill up there, and just off to the bottom left of the frame you can see Asia leading the way. So here we are then up on the Dunkerry Beacon, and it is blowing an absolute gale. It's pretty chilly up here. Bit of a pan round, you can see over there is the sea. You can just about make it out through the haze, and as I keep turning round, you can see that tiny little lump of villages down there. That's where the campsite is. Last time I came up here there was quite a few people up here. Today it's absolutely deserted. Obviously people have got more sense than us. So I got back from Dunkerry Beacon about 2 or 3 hours ago. I spent the last couple of hours messing about with the MFJ mag loop. I'm doing a separate video on that, so I won't show any footage of that here because this video is getting long enough as it is. But if you want to know what I think of the MFJ mag loop, then check out the separate video on that one. In terms of the holiday now, that's more or less it. I'm going to have a bit of a tidy up around the caravan in here, just so we haven't got too much to move around as I'm driving home. Still got to have some dinner. I'm going to do the pasta bolognese tonight, which I froze yesterday and therefore couldn't cook yesterday, so I'm going to cook that tonight. And then that's it, get to bed, get some sleep, and we'll be hooking up and rolling off out of here tomorrow morning, probably, I don't know, maybe 8-9 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So that's pretty much it for the holiday. If you like this video, because it's a bit of a departure from the sort of stuff I'd normally make, if you like this video, let me know. We'll try and do more of it. If you don't, well, also let me know, and we won't do any more of it. Thank you for watching. If you like what I do, please click the thumbs up button. It lets me know that I'm heading in the right direction with the channel and gives me the confidence to keep doing what I'm doing. Don't forget to click the subscribe and also the bell button to be notified when I upload new content. If you don't like what I'm doing, feel free to click the thumbs down button. Just tell me why in the comments below. I welcome your feedback, and constructive criticism will help me to improve the channel. Take care, and I hope you will catch me in the next video.